Oh dear. No nudity, no nudity, no nudity, no nudity. Oh dear.
And pour one for yourself.
Uh-oh. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. How do those stay on? There must be giant golden suction cups. Put on more than a bedsheet, lady. Come on.
Now here's a visitor who brings back pleasant memories. Is that really you, Sir Alistair?
It has been a long time, Shataya.
It has been years since you honored us with your presence. It's been so long, I thought you'd lost interest in houses of pleasure.
You weren't wrong about that. My eyes have been opened to the light of Relor, and I took up the red robes of priesthood.
The gods gave us
He
voices
found religion.
with which to sing their praises, hands to build their temples, and desire to honor them through our lovemaking.
You haven't changed, Shataya, but I have.
Excellent. If there's anything I can do to lighten your worries, it would be my pleasure. Just ask.
I'm looking for a certain Felena. Is she one of the girls in this house?
Felena is one of my most enchanting girls, and she is well educated. She will be just impertinent enough to please you, my dear. I'm surprised that you know her.
I learned that she was, rather close to my brother.
Of course. I should have known. Gawain very much enjoyed Felena's attentions. Would you care to spend some time in her pleasant company?
It would be a pleasure.
Do go upstairs. Her room is at the end of the corridor on the left. She has been rather sad as of late. Perhaps you will succeed in comforting her.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh dear. We've already seen all these scraps of...
One little jiggle from her, and I'll need to change my breeches.
Run away! Where are the stairs? I gotta get out of here. There they are. Run away!
You must be cheating, you little slut, I know it.
Perhaps my handsome lord would prefer it if I played without my robe. That way you can be sure I don't have any cards hanging about my body.
Ah! Uh-oh.
Many
Did I just get
pardons,
jumped?
my lord, but are you not Sir Alistair Sarwick? I heard tell that you had returned to the Seven Kingdoms.
Indeed. You appear to know much about me. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I realize that my impromptu intervention might have startled you, my lord, but pray, do not take umbrage. The return of a war hero could not help but attract my attention, particularly when his return proves to be so ostentatious.
I won no honors in the war, just scars. But you have yet to introduce yourself.
Your modesty does you honor, my lord. You forged quite a name for yourself fighting for King Robert in his rebellion. Excuse my rudeness. I've not yet told you my name. I am Lord Varys, and I hope you will count me as a friend.
Jeez, dog.
We never crossed paths.
Probably
15 years
not.
ago, but perhaps you have heard of me?
Lord Varys. Oh yes, I know you. You were Master of Whisperers to old King Aerys Targaryen. I did not recognize you, disguised as you are. I remember a more elegant man of the court.
Well, I am delighted to hear that. Let us simply say that I sometimes prefer to go unnoticed.
You haven't changed. Already in the time of Eris, it was said that you had eyes in every court in Westeros, and that you knew everything about everyone. We rebels called you the Spider. Some of our lords were wary of you. You made some enemies along the way.
Alas, the people of the Seven Kingdoms have little affection for eunuchs. All of those noble knights and grand lords are loath to risk their reputations with informers and spies. But in the Game of Thrones, information is power. Those who most despise us are often the first to benefit from our whispers.
Please pardon my curiosity, Lord Varys, but I find it surprising to see a person of your ilk frequenting houses of ill repute.
Well, there are 1,000 little nothings to be learned in this sort of establishment. Whores make men talkative, you understand. And since King Robert was kind enough to keep me in my position, I have much to do here.
It would really surprise me if our meeting were purely chance.
Indeed, but my intentions are good. I wanted to discuss the Baratheon rebellion.
The war is an unpleasant memory best left in the past, Lord Varys. I have changed since then, and I have become a Red Priest. I do not think it wise to awaken old ghosts.
Why such bitterness, my friend? You fought valiantly, and, more importantly, you were on the winning side. You could have brought renown, fortune, and glory to your house, if you had so wished. And yet, when the time came to reap the benefits of your efforts, you turned away and left Westeros. I admit that I do not understand why.
The rebellion was not nearly as noble as it is portrayed in the tales and songs. You yourself know that. It is one thing to face an armed enemy. It is quite another to attack those who are already vanquished. Let us say that the last orders that I received left a bad taste in my mouth. I prefer to go. I did not want glory won in that manner.
It was a courageous decision, sir. It is often easy to forget that it is our choice whether or not to obey. Perhaps it would interest you to learn that your old squire, Valar, did not spurn the honors as you did. Lord Tywin Lannister covered him in gold and knighted him to reward him for his exploits and his unfailing loyalty.
For his unspeakable brutality, you mean to say? I had the opportunity to behold his work again in the square. Such a wild beast should not be left to roam free, much less granted a command. It is an invitation to disaster.
Have a care, my friend. Sir Valar has become an important member of the court. He is a faithful supporter of Queen Cersei's, and he could cause you great harm if you were to make him an enemy. I strongly recommend that you avoid making such remarks in public.
Valar is not only my old squire, he is also my half-brother. He may very well be as poisonous as an asp, but he cannot silence me. Not today, not ever.
I hope for your sake that you know what you're doing, my friend. Now, I'm afraid that I must beg your leave. Please excuse me. I'm afraid that my little birds are always chirping and demanding my attention. Make the most of your stay with Chattia. I hope to see you again soon.
Man, and Enoch. That's rough. If you're not familiar with what an Enoch is, let's just say he's been neutered. That's basically it. Oh, this door. Open sesame! Wow, you have the same model as someone downstairs.
You are Felena, if I'm not mistaken. Chattia said that I might find you here.
You are not mistaken, my lord. How might I please you?
A one-on-one will be enough to satisfy me. Preferably far from prying ears.
My lord needs only close the door. At Chattia's, the walls are thick and the beds are deep.
Slow down. I just want to speak with you.
Oh, in that case, it will be done according to my lord's pleasure.
I am Alistair, of House Sarwick. I imagine that means something to you.
Sarwick? By the maiden. You are from Gawain's family, are you not? Did he send you? How is he? When will he return?
I did not expect that.
You don't really expect me to be so naive as to think a whore truly loves her patron. Why are you so concerned for my brother?
My lord, I know the realities of my profession. Shataya treats us well, but in a few years I will be too old to draw men's eyes. And what awaits me then? Begging or walking the docks? I wish for Lord Gawain to take me into his service. Not to marry him. I'm not that naive. But he has always been attentive and charming. He will make a good master. He and I have talked about this.
I understand your worries, but all of this does not tell me where he is. You recently sent him a love letter. You seem to be aware of his movements.
Yes, my lord. Lord Gawain told me he was going to River Spring in order to visit his father. Lambert, his servant, would send me news. He told me that Lord Gawain planned to return to King's Landing shortly, so that he wouldn't forget to pay me a visit. I sent him a message.
He came here?
Yes, but my message was for naught. He came directly here soon after his arrival in town. He found out that the city watch was looking for him. It was I who washed the dust of travel from him. He did not even go to his home first.
Well thought. Knowing that the gold cloaks were likely watching the house, coming here was a good decision.
He was very nervous. He hardly spoke to me that night. I tried to ask him questions about the patricide rumors, but they only made him angry. The last thing he said was that he would go to the Red Keep, that the Crown would hear what he had to say, and that he had more than one card to play. He left at the first light of dawn. I have had no news since, and the gold cloaks continue to search for him. Something must have gone wrong. What do you plan to do, my lord? The city watch has searched for him in vain for days. Even Lord Varys does not know his whereabouts, and Lord Varys knows all.
You spoke of Gawain with the eunuch. Why? What did he want?
He asked me questions, my lord. Nearly the same ones you did. He said he wanted to help him.
Strange. Why would the Master of Whisperers want to help a fugitive escape the King's justice?
I don't know why, but Lord Varys has always been good to us here. He has given us many reasons to be thankful for his attention. As far as he knows, the City Watch never caught Lord Gawain. The gold cloaks have nothing to do with his disappearance.
Yes, I thought so. They came to search the Sarwick residence and are still looking for him. I will go to the Red Keep and see if I can find out more about him.
Wait. This cloak belongs to Lord Gawain. He forgot it. Take it, please.
By the fire! That's Sarwick Giltwaters. I remember seeing Father wear it on many a special occasion. Indeed, a cloak is more appropriate for a royal interview. I wasn't expecting to find it in this place.
Lord Gawain wore it when he would come to visit. Since he was a wanted man, he feared it would attract too much attention, so he preferred leaving it here. I am sure he would be happy to know that the cloak is in the hands of a kinsman.
This cloak is worth a fortune. How kind of you to return it to me.
You're making me blush. Frankly, I'm uncomfortable keeping this cloak in my residence. If the gold cloaks were to find it, I could get into trouble. Take it, please. It's yours. I pray to the maiden to help you in your search. Find Gawain, my lord. Bring him back safe and sound.
I would need more than the help of an imaginary goddess, but I appreciate the intention, as I'm sure my brother does as well. Farewell, Felina.
Some sort of religious elitist. Where is this? This is worth a fortune. Oh well, it matches the armor. Yay. What the heck? Interesting. Do 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 do. This place. Run away. Uh-oh.
That's
What, again?
Halt there! In the name of the crown, I arrest you.
What is it I stand accused of, officer?
You are accused of murder. Guards from the City Watch were killed in your home just today.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I just arrived in King's Landing. Men died in my home? Do you have any leads?
You're quite confident, Sir Alistair, but your story isn't fooling anyone. Several witnesses saw you leave your home immediately after the incident.
The King's justice concerns everyone, my lord, even people of your standing. Give yourself up.
What will become of him?
He will be stripped of his weapons and brought to the dungeons of the Red Keep. If he's found guilty, tradition allows him to choose his own punishment. He will either be sent to the wall to take the black, or be beheaded.
Now that's an amusing notion.
And if you should be foolish enough to resist, my men are just outside, and they would eagerly welcome a chance to avenge their brothers in arms. A simple gesture from me, and this brothel will be left in ruins.
Sir Alistair, I pray, none of that here. Think of my girls.
Very well, officer. I'll follow you.
Okay, we're gonna be taking the black. I see. They're getting him sent up to get tied up with the first guy. So we'll have a two-man party along with that extra guy who will be dude number 3. Maybe I shouldn't have denied it.
Courage, Alistair. Courage. A few days spent in the dungeons of the Red Keep won't be the death of me. They're bound to send me someone to speak with.
Ew.
Hello, Lord Sarwick.
Lord Varys?
It is too bad these surroundings are not as pleasant as our last encounter. How has your stay been?
Long. I'd expected a quick trial when the men of the City Watch came to arrest me. I was mistaken. You are the first person to come and visit me. Why is everything taking so long? What does the Crown intend to do with me?
My friend, I'm terribly sorry, but the Crown has no desire to take care of you. After all, you attacked the Gold Cloaks.
And my brother?
Unfortunately, I know no more than you on that subject.
To what do I owe the honor of your presence here, Varys? I never have visitors.
You see, the fact that you don't seem to care about yourself rather pleases me. Your escape will go unnoticed for quite some time.
You plan to help me escape from here? You?
Apparently so.
What could you possibly gain from that?
The balance of the 7 kingdoms is delicate, and I predict more upheaval to come. It is clear that you have a role in what is to come.
Thank you for your concern, but I refuse to leave these cells as a fugitive. I prefer to await my trial and defend my name before the Crown.
You are quite the optimist.
I am sorry if I've ruined your plans. I intend to meet with the Queen. I must take back River Spring and keep that traitor Valar from getting his hands on it. To do that, my name must be cleared. Otherwise, how can I plead my case before the Queen?
Cleared? You've killed Gold Cloaks, my friend.
Who has accused me? One of Valar's soldiers? Then it will be my word against his.
I see. It may not go as smoothly as you imagine. Believe me when I tell you that it will be several more weeks before your trial. In the meantime, Savala will have wed your sister.
Valar is the one who truly preoccupies you, is he not? That's why you're here, making this proposal.
Only the kingdom preoccupies me, my friend. That said, we may find common ground.
I'm listening.
I can get you an audience with the Queen. Today, if you wish it.
I doubt that a fugitive would be allowed to approach her, much less speak to her.
You only knew Cersei Lannister as a naive young princess, dear man. Since her marriage, she has become a strong-willed queen with a burning ambition, well-versed in intrigue. She has been filling the court with her creatures for years now.
So?
Thus, the virtue she prizes above all else is loyalty, which she rewards generously. That is how Sir Valar moved up in court, and therein, paradoxically, lies your opportunity. Swear blind allegiance to the Queen, become her devoted servant, and she will give you what you desire.
And you believe that Valar will just sit there and allow me to thwart his ambitions?
Oh, I doubt that very much. It is quite likely that he will strike back at you eventually.